Hi, everyone. My name is Dave Neal. Welcome to the Tibanna webinar today, where we're going to present Tibanna and, of course, Tibanna Plus. I'm going to give you an overview of the Tibanna and Tibanna Plus offerings, the features and benefits of those products, some of the security features. I'm going to give you a brief architectural overview, and, of course, a live demo. And we'll be handing off some questions that you may have. If there's any real technical questions, in-depth technical questions pertaining to your environment, whatever, we prefer to handle that on a one-to-one basis. If you contact our sales department, and we can set up a personalized demo or a private question and answer session with you. At Bridgeways, we're a leading extender for System Center's Operations Manager. We provide management packs for such things as VMware and Oracle, databases, and more. We're a Microsoft Gold certified partner and a founding member of the System Center Alliance. Tibanna Plus. So you can think of Tibanna as being the product, of which there are two distinct offerings. One, Tibanna for SMBs, and the other one, Tibanna Plus for larger enterprises or MSPs. For Tibanna, the Tibanna Basic, if you will, it's a web-based UI that you'll get, and you can monitor data centers, servers, workstations, etc., Hyper-V, VMware environments, any Windows server from 2008 up, Microsoft IIS, DNS, DHCP servers, file servers, print servers, etc., any workstations from Windows Vista SP2 on up, and of course tablets such as Microsoft Surface. So using that, you can get good monitoring coverage for that. Now for Tibanna Plus, again, it's designed for larger enterprises and MSPs. You can monitor anything that System Center's Operations Manager provides. There are many more management packs that can be installed and or provided to you. You can use any Bridgeways management pack to monitor your environments, things such as MySQL, Apache, VMware, Oracle database, etc. You can get a full listing at our website, of course, www.tibanna.com. And one of the things that benefits is it's customizable as far as the branding goes. Tibanna Basic, if you will. It's a cloud-based SaaS solution with multi-tenant monitoring solution. It has a web portal that's accessible anywhere and anytime using mobile phone, tablet, etc. It provides proactive and affordable enterprise-level monitoring no matter what your size and or structure. Tibanna Plus, basically all the same features as the basic Tibanna offering. You can white label it, dedicated to a version in your company. So if you're an MSP, you can have your branding all over it. It doesn't have to say Tibanna, just use your naming. It has multi-tenant capabilities, limited to just how many customers you have. I mean, if you have 1,000 customers, you can monitor all 1,000 customers and their systems. It offers more monitoring and control capabilities than the basic offering, of course, and it has the ability to configure and install overrides. And I'll get into more detail about overrides if you're not familiar with them. Of course, it has all the available SCOM and Bridgeways management packs. So again, you can install a lot more things that you can monitor with it. And you get a full System Center Operations Manager console provided remotely to your desktop. Some of the feature overviews here, again, enterprise-level monitoring. It's a proactive alert generation, computer and health state monitoring. Has a very intuitive user interface with graphic table summaries, color-coded alerts and health states, a one-click action and right-click with associated tasks, and mobile-ready UI with the web UI, so you can monitor, the state of your systems or your customer systems by a tablet or smartphone if you're out and about. Knowledge-based articles. I can't stress enough how this is a key component. We're using knowledge-based articles for all the alerts and monitors that our monitoring system provides. It lists it gives you a description of the alert, the cause, why it goes into an alert state, and describes the solution and provides other links to further information. And I'll be showing you more of those knowledge base articles because they're extremely important for gathering information, passing it on to customers or other technicians, etc. It also provides simple administration. There's a built-in ticketing system with a new automatic email notification and permission-based roles for who can see what companies, who can see what computers within your organization or within your from a customer basis. So, and you'll see more of that also. It's extremely secure and reliable. The main data center is hosted on a world-class Tier 3 infrastructure with over 98% uptime and high security. We use PKI encryption for our client and the software that's installed on your systems for the security perspective. And we also use other Microsoft security technologies because our system is built on top of System Center and other Microsoft technologies. So you can be ensured that it's extremely secure and up-to-date. Brief overview of the Tibanna architecture. Now, this is an extremely high-level overview. What you're seeing on the upper image here for our gateway servers, if you're located as a customer in North America, you're going to connect to a gateway server that we have up in Asia from that, and then you connect to our software. If you're in Europe, you're going to be connecting to a Azure gateway server there, etc. Once you've connected, it's going to pass that to the gateway. You're going to pass it over to our mid-01 in our data center. Mid-01 you can think of as a conductor, an air traffic controller, if you will. It does all the security checking, make sure you are who you are, the system that you're wanting to send information from is registered. There's a security certificate, etc. Once all that is passed, that information is then passed on to the appropriate management server in our data center. So you're always maintaining privacy and security. Your data or somebody else's data are not interchanged. Your data is secure and only can be viewed by yourself. And now I'll show you the live demo here. Any lag you see, folks, today is usually a go-to webinar type of issue. So if you do see any type of lag, you do not see this in a real-world scenario, but just bear with us. Right off the bat, I want to show you the web UI. I'm just moving this browser around here where I have the Tibanna web UI. So if you're getting Tibanna Basic, you're going to get this web-based UI. That's what you're going to get for an interface. And in there, you're going to get a listing of all the computers, all the alerts that are provided. As you can see, it's real world. Every time you click on one of these, it's refreshed to the current alerts. You're going to get an output of the ticketing that's associated with an alert that you may have created. You're going to get access to charts, so you can check and see, what's available here. You can see there's charts for any type of system. Basically, if you have a management pack, I think of it as a piece of software monitoring a system, that management pack has a built-in chart definition that will show up here. Again, you can manage users also, so you can see these users can be customers, they could be technicians within your environment, etc., etc. Same goes with companies. These can be listing of the actual companies, who's responsible to watch what, and again, or divisions or groups of people. You can just think of it as that way. Under billing, you're going to get a listing of all the monthly bills and the number of endpoints you're being charged for on a monthly basis. So for October, maybe you were monitoring 50 endpoints. For November, you may be monitoring 75. Your monthly subscription bill will show up in here and what you're being charged for. So that can go up and down. Overrides, again, I'll show you that briefly here. This is just something. If you have any overrides applied to an alert it'll show up here. Again, that's a SCOM thing. So if any of you are familiar with System Center Operations Manager, Basically, this is what's running on the back end of this web UI. And I'll show you that when we get into the actual SCOM console in the background here. So once I get into the computers, I can see all the computers and systems that I'm monitoring. I can select one here, and I can start looking to see how well that particular machine is behaving. I can see in this case it's an actual physical machine, not a virtual machine. So I'm getting an idea. I can turn on maintenance mode here. Turn on maintenance mode simply means don't send any more alerts from this machine. It doesn't turn the machine off. It doesn't turn the virtual machine off. It basically says don't send any more health and performance data from this machine to the systems, to the Tibanna system for display. Just turn it off for now. And once you do that, you can set it to however many hours you want to do that, because maybe you're working on that machine or bringing it down for 24 hours or a week or whatever. So you can just simply bring that in here, tell you how many hours or days, and add a comment. So you can turn that off, if you will. You can access the charts that are available to this server or machine right here on the upper right-hand side. You can see if there's any alerts associated, again, on the upper right-hand side with this machine or this server, and if there's any open tickets. So again, these tickets are really handy. If I go over here quickly to an alert, I can see all the alerts that are being brought in for all the computers that are being monitored in this system. So if I quickly going to go through here, I'm going to look and say, okay, so what's going on with a particular system? I want to see, if there's what's going on here. I can say, all right, I have an alert. Gives me an idea of what the alert is, a description of it, and now I can open up a knowledge base article. This article comes with every alert. These articles comes with knowledge base articles come with every alert and monitor. So you're always going to have, no matter all of the hundreds of alerts that are available, each one is going to have a knowledge base article. So you're going to get a very good detailed information about what is happening, what caused it to go into an alert state, and how to resolve it. And again, here I can create a ticket if I want to. I can go in here, say, okay, create a ticket, and give me a description. I can assign that ticket to another team member, an external person. It's going to be sent by email. I'm given a description here. And as time goes on, I can start tracking comments for this ticket. So it's very, very handy because it's contained within this environment for tracking what's going on an alert basis. So you can always integrate the information here with your own ticketing system if you have one by simply emailing it to your ticketing system. So if you have a ticketing system that accepts emails, as most do, you can simply send it off to that, and this information will get deposited in there. So it's a great way of seeing what's going on and keeping it contained within this environment, so you're not hunting around finding out what's happening. Again, for users, again, you can get a listing of users. You can have users can be assigned per company. You can, if you had 4 people in 100 companies, you could say, well, okay, I want 4 of you each to watch 25 companies. You can basically go in here and assign, what you want those people to watch at any particular time. So you can just assign that right there. Same goes with these companies. You can go in and get an idea of what's going on, who's doing what, where. So again, very flexible of building a topology of users and companies and who watches what, where. So this is Tibanna Basic, if you will. And you can import more computers in here, meaning more servers and services. When you first get it, it's going to look blank, just like this. Here's a page where you've been introduced, you've got an account, and now you can start adding more computers and users, etc. So you can start creating your environment here. And your company of 1 would look like this. And then you can start seeing if it's active, and you can edit who's the contact, etc. So again, very flexible. By the way, all this information is available when you sign up. There's clear instructions of what to do. Very, very simple. When you're deploying software to a server to monitor that server, it's most of that is fully automated. And if you do need to manually install any agent, we can definitely help you with that through our support teams. So very, very simple process to get signed up and to get computers to be monitored. So this is again the Tibanna web UI. So let's for Tibanna Plus. Tibanna Plus introduces the System Center Operations Management console to you. So you're going to get the web UI, which is extremely handy, as I mentioned, for if you're using a tablet or a mobile phone, you want to have tickets, you want to be able, just get a quick overview of what's happening, organize your users and your companies, etc. The web UI is the tool that you need. Once you've got that, and now you have a very large environment where you want to install maybe more management packs, perhaps create different thresholds for when alerts go off, you need this tool, the System Center Operations Manager tool. Now, this is a SCOM system. It's a Microsoft application that we export to your desktop, remote desktop. So if you have a Windows box running, we would export that when we set up your account, and you get this full SCOM console. The System Center Operations Manager systems, servers, are in our data center. You have your own distinct environment with full administrative privileges for your environment. And from there, you then will be able to see all the management packs that are installed, and that you can go ahead and install others, because you'll have an administrative task here. Again, there's a little bit of a lag there, folks, because of the network. Down here on the lower left-hand side, you'll see monitoring, reporting, my workplace, and there will be an administration tab here. This is a demonstration account, so I don't have an administrative tag for this environment, but the administrative tag space is where you would go to create other things such as adding management packs, etc. Here on the upper left-hand side, you'll see the listing of all the management packs that are installed in your monitoring environment that we provide you. So in this case, you can see there are many Bridgeways management packs. There's some and many Microsoft management packs, which can monitor everything from your servers, computers, network switches, data storage devices, routers, and workstations, your virtual environments. In this case, we're looking at a Bridgeways VMware management pack, your databases, etc. So everything can be monitored from within this SCOM system. So you're getting an idea of what's going on where. In the center, you get a view for wherever. So when I highlight something, you can see the center view will change when I hit a different object here on the left-hand side. So you can see, oops, again, a little bit of a lag there, folks. You can see the center pane changes here. So again, this is a handy way of knowing, what's going where. On the right-hand side, you'll see the task associated with what you've selected over here on the left-hand side. So this is a context sensitive. On the left-hand side, it's context sensitive for the amount of tasks that you have. So again, you're getting a complete overview of your environment here. Now, if we go back here briefly, and you can see the graphical output, these same charts, by the way, are the same charts you're going to get in your Tibanna UI under the chart section right here. So if you have an object selected, and I can go back over here really quickly, you're going to get, for the same object, if you will, you're going to get a chart generated here. So it's going to be one-to-one once you've set that all up. Very, very handy. So let's quickly now look at those knowledge base articles again. So as I showed you earlier, there's knowledge base articles associated with all the tasks. So we'll quickly go over here and see what the state of one of our systems is here. Whoops. Active alerts. I'm on the wrong management pack here. Excuse me, folks. I'm getting a bit of a lag myself here. There we go. There. So I can bring up an alert here. I have a built-in Health Explorer. And this is a Health Explorer. This is built into your System Center Operations Manager system that you're going to get. And if I select any one of these monitors in here, I get those same knowledge base articles. So you can see, in some ways, this is extremely powerful. You've got to do a little bit more navigating around to get to it versus in our system here, where you can quickly just click on it and show you the summary. So these are the very same knowledge base articles. They're pulled from the very same database as what you're seeing here. So again, a nice way of sometimes of using the web UI instead of the SCOM console in this case. But if you need to quickly see what it is, it's available to you through the built-in Health Explorer. Very handy tool. You can see, again, summary of what the alert is, what caused it to go into that state, and how to resolve it. Now, one of the things I mentioned earlier is overrides. With the Tibanna Plus product, you're able to create overrides so that you can adjust the threshold of when this is going to alert or not, either upper, higher, or lower, or simply turn that alert off. And if you acknowledge that you know all about that problem and you just don't want to see an alert for it, again, an overrides is a way to go to basically turn it off and say, I don't want to see this anymore. It's a very handy feature to have. And of course, tasks. You have the ability to run certain tasks against these systems. Now, most of these tasks are centered around SCOM, if you will. They're not the type of tasks where you're going to do something physically, if you will, to that server. They're simply a task where you say, give me I want to run a task that gives me all the information about what kind of alerts are being generated on that machine. Those are the type of tasks we're talking about in general. Although there are specific tasks that can do more, they would require setting up special user accounts in this system. And again, that is something beyond the scope of this presentation, but you can certainly find that information up on Microsoft's site under Run As Accounts if you want some further information on that. Now, one of the other things you're going to get with Tibanna Plus is the ability to generate reports. And as you can see, this is the reporting tab where you're going to get each management pack has a listing of reports that can be generated. So, you would simply select a report and then using the built-in reporting engine that comes with SCOM, you're going to define certain things like a date range and the thing that you want to generate a report against. So if it was a VMware host, for instance, you'd put that host name in here, you'd select it, and then click your run. Now, once you've done that, you're going to get something that looks like this. This is one of the reports you've seen here. This is an alert details report. So this is a typical tabular report that gives you the details at a certain point in time, what the instance or device was that generated it, what the alert was, and a brief description. So again, it gives you an overview. This is an example of a typical report that you would see in basically a tabular format. You're also able to generate graphical reports. And these are really handy for giving you sort of a picture in graphical terms in our percentages of what's happening. In this case, I'm looking at a VMware environment, a cluster environment, and I want to look at a certain performance parameters at a certain point in time. Now, where reports really, really come in handy is inter-team communication, communicating with other customers, etc., where you want to make a point of saying, look, you really need to address this. There's a potential problem here that's occurring or will occur, and here's a report that points this out to you. So again, reports are a very powerful feature, along with the knowledge base articles. You can send them the knowledge base articles, if you will, and a report, and sort of summarize exactly what's going on. And you can look back in time, and get an idea of what's going. So you can predict and project where problem areas are going to occur. Now, one of the big things, and I'm going to go back to the monitoring section here again, whether you're using the SCOM interface here, System Center Operations Manager interface, or the Tibanna UI, web UI interface, remember it's the same alerts showing up in both cases, is the benefit of seeing the big picture. You're seeing everything that you're being able to monitor. So in the case of Tibanna Plus, obviously you're going to monitor a bigger environment, but you're going to see all these things. So if your Oracle database is on a VM and using VMware or Hyper-V, running on a Linux or Unix OS, you're going to see every level of that service. So you're going to see the actual database metrics, you're going to see the OS metrics, and you're going to see the virtualized environment metrics, all from within a single console. And you're going to be able to pinpoint where the problem area is occurring. Is it your virtualized environment? Is it your database? Or is it the OS level that's causing the problem? Or perhaps it's a network switch or a data storage device. Again, you'll be able to monitor all those components that make up that environment and get an idea of what's going on where. Again, otherwise you're going to have to use individual tools and connect the dots. And that can be a very time-consuming and problem, thing to do because you may not catch everything. Again, this is extremely useful for troubleshooting and projecting where potential problems are going to occur. So now I want to get into since we're running tight on time here, I want to get into some questions that you may have. So if you have any questions, please just enter them in the question console here, and we'll get those answered for you. Just give it a second here if anybody has any questions. Oh, okay, I see one here. What is the cost? Again, for both Tibanna and Tibanna Plus, it's based on a month-to-month subscription model. You pay for what you're monitoring, the number of endpoints that you're monitoring. If you're monitoring 50 this month and 75 the following month and back down to 50, your pricing is going to reflect the number of endpoints you're monitoring and the amount of services that you're monitoring. So if you're monitoring your computer, your VMware environment, and your Oracle environment, and you want to monitor all three of those things, your price will reflect monitoring those units, if you will, those things. So again, you can select what you want to monitor and how much you want to monitor, and your monthly bill, which shows up again in the UI, will reflect that, what you're monitoring. Got another question here. Do I need to install SCOM in my environment in order to use this? No, you don't. We've set up the System Center Operations Manager for you. You have your own instance of it in our data center, in the cloud, if you will. And so the only software that you're installing are agents that get installed on those systems and services that you want to monitor. Those agents are, again, to communicate using security certificates, etc., back to the Tibanna system. So there's a whole bunch of other identification checks that go on, and then that agent sends its information on to your instance of System Center, which then displays in the UI or the SCOM console. So again, you don't have to install anything but these agents. And a lot of these agents get installed, it's automatic, and or we provide some hands-on help if you need to do something in a more complex environment. But most of the time, these things are all automated. Do I need to know SCOM in order to use Tibanna or Tibanna Plus? No, you don't need. In the case of Tibanna, the Tibanna basic product, again, it is very, very intuitive, and it takes a matter of minutes to navigate. It's pretty much once you've deployed through the automatic software deployment and imported your computers, and again, it's all automated. And it has instructions that come with the subscription that tells you how to do this. So it's just a few minor steps. You're going to start seeing this type of information showing up in your Tibanna environment. Very, very up and you're running and ready to go. For Tibanna Plus, once you've done that, you're going to get those same things that you've just uploaded for your Tibanna environment. You're going to see them here. But now you're going to have the ability to utilize this much more powerful tool. Now for that, Microsoft has a great tech help library on how to use System Center Operations Manager, how to get, and there are many, many other sites out there. And again, our support team can also help you. Make sure you're getting the most usage out of this system as you can. It's a very, very powerful feature to have. You don't have to worry about maintenance, maintaining this system. We do that all for you in the background. You're basically just monitoring and deploying agents and monitoring. That's all you have to worry about. So, folks, I'd like to thank you for attending our webinar today. Now, if anyone wants a private demonstration or wants to reach out for some more technical details, please contact our team at sales@tibanna.com or sales@bridgeways.com, and we'll be more than happy to set up a private meeting with you and discuss these details for what your environment is. So hope you enjoyed the webinar, and we'll see you at the next webinar that we have in early December. Thank you.